ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى في محكمة تنزيل بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية يرجون تجارة لن تبور. وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Respected brothers and uncles, inshallah, continue about the month of Ramadan. We started this is, inshallah, we'll try to talk about the Quran, inshallah. There's a hadith of Muslim, it says the connection of Quran and the month of Ramadan. It says القرآن يشفعان لأهله يوم القيامة ويقول منعته من الراحة ومنعته من النوم ويقول والصوم يشفعان لأهله يوم القيامة يقول منعته من الطعام والشراب والشهوة أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. There is a hadith which says it narrates both these things, the fast and the Quran. The fast will say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it will intercede on the behalf of a person who fasted. And he would say, oh Allah, accept my intercession on this person's behalf. I stopped the person from eating and drinking and fulfilling desires during the day. And the Quran will say, oh Allah, accept my intercession on the person's behalf because I made him stay awake in the night, made him work hard and be uneasy, reading, engaged in the Quran. So this hadith, it shows the connection of Siyam, the fast, and the Quran, both together. This is by the hadith the Prophet ﷺ, he himself is connecting the Quran and the fast together. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself in the Quran, he says, what could be greater than that? That Allah says, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The month of Ramadan in which the Quran has been revealed. So the Quran, it has been revealed in this holy month of the month of Ramadan. As we have discussed below, that all the heavenly books have been revealed in the holy month of Ramadan. Torah, Zabur, Injil, and all these books, and Suhaf Ibrahim wa Musa, the pamphlet, Suhaf, scriptures which was given to Prophet Ibrahim a.s. and Musa a.s. Also, all of them which was revealed in this holy month. And the first of Ramadan, when it was given to Ibrahim a.s., it was the first of Ramadan, and to Musa a.s. when it was given, it was 6th of Ramadan, and when it was given to Dawood a.s. Zabur, it was 12th of Ramadan, when it was given to Isa a.s., it was 13th of Ramadan, and when it was revealed to Prophet ﷺ, so that time the Laylatul Qadr was on 25th. Some person came and asked me, he said that means it is specific, that is in 25th month, 25th of night. Does not mean that. At that time it was, when the time it was revealed, the Quran was revealed, it was 25th night, 24th day and 25th night. But it fluctuates. Inshallah we'll do the last about the Laylatul Qadr in the last following Monday, inshallah. Laylatul Qadr and I'tikaf and other issues, inshallah, we'll try to talk about that. So it was revealed in that 25th of night. So it has a direct connection with the heavenly books, with the month of Ramadan. It is أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. So this is the time when it was revealed first to the world, and all the other books was revealed directly, complete, in a book complete to the prophets, but to the Prophet ﷺ from Lawh Mahfuz it was brought to the heavens, to the sky of the world. But in 23 years, according to the situation, it was given to the Prophet ﷺ. And the first revelation, as we know, it was in Ghar Hira. It was the one which was the incident happened. But before I tell you, we talk about this, we want to go take a glimpse what was before the Quran was revealed. At every time of every prophet, something was very common, and it was in great. It was common at that time, and was of great value. Like at the time of Musa alayhi salam, it was a time of magic. Magic was very common. And in those days, there were many magicians. They would learn magic, and they would use them. Like we know the incident that they had. They made it was a competition, and then when Musa alayhi salam went and said to the Fir'aun, and he called him, invited him towards Allah, and said that you are just a magician, and he said that bring all the magicians, and so they could compete with him. So they threw the stick, and it became snakes. And then it was told to Prophet Musa alayhi salam, al-qi asak, that throw their stick, and it became a serpent. It was such a big that it gulped, in one gulp took all the snakes in its mouth, and even the castle of the Pharaoh, the whole Pharaoh, it became so big, because it was by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So according to the magic, Allah gave him a miracle that his stick would become like a serpent, and he put his armpit in his hand in his armpit. When he takes it out, it will be outshining the sun. It will be very bright. So he gave him at that time, according to that era. And at the time of Dawood alayhi salam, the melodious voice, it was very common. The songs, the poems, and the melodious voice. And according to that, in return, Allah gave Dawood alayhi salam the best melodious voice. That when he would recite, even the birds will come and listen to his voice. At the time of Isa alayhi salam, the medicine was very famous. So Allah gave Prophet Isa alayhi salam this miracle to make the blind have their eyesight, and to make the people who have leprosy to heal the leprosy and different kind of diseases. So at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the poetry was very common, and they were the most eloquent people, and the most eloquent and very great in poetry and in language. So according to that era, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam the Quran, and it was to such a extent that at the time of Hajj pilgrimage, throughout the world the people will gather at the time of Hajj, and they will have competition of poetry. The one whose poetry is the best among all the people, and before to understand also one more thing, Ajam and Arab. Ajam was said to the people who could not make poetry. That is called Ajam. And Arab was meant that who could say the poetry. And they would say the poetry in fluently, without thinking, without pondering. In other words, what you call freestyle, extempore, without thinking, without preparing. So that's how they used to say poetry. And it was so much into them, the poetry. The leader must have three attributes. He would be the most generous, the most brave, and the third, should be the most eloquent in poetry. He would become the leader of the tribe at that time. So that's how much they were in the poetry. And once one person, who was a leader of a tribe, he doubted that he is not my son, and he told the slave to go and chop him, take him above the mountains and kill him. When he was about to kill him, the child asked, he was 8 years old, that why are you killing me? He said that your father has doubt about you, that you are not his son. He said, why is that? He said that because since you have been born, he said that you have never said any poetry, so he cannot be my son, that he doesn't know any poetry. So he said, hold on. Then he said some poetry right there and then, and it became the best poetry of that time. So that's how much they were in poetry. Now just to get an idea, I said that. And on top of that, this was natural, without without sitting down and thinking and making poetry with the rhyme at the end. They would naturally say the poetry. On top of that, they had a competition every year to prepare throughout the year, and at the time of Hajj, all of them would gather together and they have the competition, and there were people, judges, to see who's the best poet, saying the best poetry, and the best one would be hanged on the wall of Kaaba. There were always 7, the best poetry of that time. It was called Sab'a Mu'allaqat. One of them was Imra'ul Qais. It was called Imra'ul Qais. قفا نبكي من ذكرى حبيب ومنزلي بسخط اللوى بين الدخول فحوملي. It is a very long couplets and share of Imra'ul Qais. So this was the first, according to the number, it was the first best one, and second and third, fourth, fifth, 7. So in return of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophet ﷺ the Quran, which was the best. It was better than poetry, and which was the best one. So when they heard this Quran, they knew that there was no competition for the Quran, because they could understand with the eloquence